Judge, the state would call Investigat or Steve Mullins, please.
Witness sworn.
Will you state your name, please?
Stephen L. Mullin.
And where are you employed?
At the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office as investigator.
And how long have you been employed in that capacity?
Since January of 2020.
And prior to that employment, were you employed in a law enforcement capacity?
Yes, I was.
Can you tell me about that, please?
I was a police officer with the Delphi Police Department, and then a deputy sheriff with the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, detective at the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, chief of police in Delphi, and then at the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office, investigator.
How long have you been a law enforcement officer, if you know?
I figured last night, 42 years.
Okay. As part of your duties with the investigator, with being an investigator in the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office, are you working on the case of State of Indiana versus Richard Allen?
Yes, I am.
And tell me largely what your role has been in that case up to date.
It's been.
Objection, relevancy. We're here for contempt. His investigation regarding the issues raised by the prosecutor's information is what is relevant.
Overruled.
Not his investigation of the.
Overruled.
Judge, I'll rephrase the question. I'm okay with staying away from that. So I want to move on, Mr. or Investigator Mullins, to, are you familiar with an individual by the name of Brandon Woodhouse?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with him?
Brandon Woodhouse has been arrested in Carroll County for various law offenses over the years.
And is it fair to say he has a lengthy history, criminal history in Carroll County?
Yes, he does.
Now, Mr. Woodhouse came on your radar most recently in March of 2023. Is that correct?
Yes.
How did he come on your radar during that time?
I received a phone call from a person who identified herself as Dorena Hipsher. She informed me that there was a YouTube channel that Brandon had.
And did you go and view that YouTube channel?
I did.
And what did you see on the YouTube channel?
On the YouTube channel, I observed that Brandon Woodhouse had a screenshot of the evidence, listed evidence, in the Richard Allen case.
And you were familiar with that list of evidence?
Yes, I was.
Have you viewed the evidence or the discovery involved in the Richard Allen case?
Yes, I have.
And is it safe to say you're familiar with that evidence?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to show you what's going to be marked as State's Exhibit B, I believe.
State's Exhibit what?
2. I'm sorry, Judge. I misspoke. State's Exhibit 2. Investigator Mullin, can you describe that document?
Yes. It is the same as I saw on Brandon Woodhouse's YouTube page. It's titled Richard Allen Thumb Drive Map.
And was that the title of the document that you saw on Brandon Woodhouse's YouTube page?
Yes, it was.
And tell me, you told me the title. What does that document contain?
It contains information concerning the Richard Allen case, witnesses and evidence for the case.
And does that match what you saw on the YouTube channel for Brandon Woodhouse?
Yes, it does.
Judge, the state would move to admit what's been marked as State's Exhibit 2 into evidence. State's Exhibit 2 offered.
No objection.
All right. Without objection, 2 is admitted. State's Exhibit 2 admitted.
As your role of the investigator, you've also been tasked by me to assist in exchanging discovery with the defense for the Richard Allen case. Is that true?
Yes.
And tell me the normal procedure that you go through when you're exchanging discovery with the defense.
My practice was to create an itemized list of the items that were to be given over to the defense, whether they be information files or whatever they were, and then have the defense, an agent, sign for the release of those items.
And so you would draft a receipt or a list of items you were handing over to the defense and then have that for defense to sign once those items were picked up. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 3. Can you describe that document that I handed you?
Yes. It is a receipt which I drafted for a release of evidence. I titled it 1-0 or 10 Allen.
And can you outline the evidence, or is that a document you drafted?
Yes, it is.
And does it have both Attorney Razi's and Attorney Baldwin's name on it?
Yes, it does.
And was Did that document describe evidence that you turned over to them as part of discovery?
Yes, it was.
And again, that's a document you drafted?
Yes, it is.
Judge, the state would move to admit what's been marked as State's Exhibit 3. State's Exhibit 3 offered.
Objection. It's never been provided to me in discovery regarding the contempt proceedings. I asked to enlarge the discovery deadline, the court denied it, and I object because it's never been provided to me before and it's not been connected to the thumb drive map and, therefore, it is not relevant.
Any response?
Yes, Judge. If the court would give me just a moment, I'm going to pull up the date of the email that I sent Mr. Hennessy that had that attachment in it. In terms of the relevancy, Judge, I believe it's relevant for information that's going to appear later in the hearing in terms of a continued leak by defense of information. Judge, I apologize, I'm having trouble. I sent all.
Can I?
No, he's still looking. I guess I'm not sure what the objection is, that you didn't get it? Your client certainly got it, if they signed for it.
I didn't get it. What you ordered was to exchange the exhibits for the contempt hearing.
Yes.
Even if they had it, it was never identified to me for potential use in the contempt hearing. That's the kind of notice that the discovery, reciprocal discovery, requires. And I would also note that the items that are listed in State's Exhibit 3 are not on State's Exhibit 2. And so, 2 was admitted without objection because it was the attachment it was accidentally sent to Mr. Woodhouse. So since the items listed on 3 aren't on 2, it's not relevant.
I'll show 3 is not admitted.
I'm sorry.
I will show 3 is not admitted.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but...
Do you need an assisted listening device?
I'm sorry. Oh, no. I'll just try to.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. And so, Mr. Mullin or Investigator Mullins, is your practice again to draft a receipt for the defense for when they picked up discovery?
Yes.
Okay. And you would list out the discovery. In that receipt, you would list the discovery that you were turning over to them?
Yes, I would.
And then you would have somebody, a representative from their office or them themselves, sign for the discovery and date when they received that discovery. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
And that was your common practice for all items that you turned over as part of discovery. Correct?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Do you recall, as part of discovery that you handed over to defense, do you recall there being an interview with a professor from Purdue by the name of Jeffrey Turco?
Yes.
And what kind of was it an audio-video interview or what kind of interview was that?
I believe it was an audio interview of Professor Turco that I handed over to the defense.
And would you have gone through the same procedure when you handed over that evidence to the defense of making a receipt and documenting that in?
Yes, I would.
And would you have had the representative from their office date it when they picked it up?
Yes.
Do you recall from your memory that when the defense picked up the information concerning the interview with Professor Turco?
I believe it was September the 27th. I don't have the document in front of me.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you believe they picked that information up on September 27th of 2023?
Yes, September 27th, 2023.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Mr. Hennessy.
Thank you, Judge. You first learned about the Brandon Woodhouse YouTube from Ms. Hipsher?
Yes, I was.
And what she told you was that Brandon Woodhouse actually had Rick Allen's thumb drive, didn't she?
Something to that effect, yes.
And that was not true?
No.
And on the YouTube, you saw the map of the thumb drive?
Correct.
And that simply identified what was on that thumb drive?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. The map simply identified what was on that particular thumb drive?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay. I'll move on. Do you organize discovery for the prosecutor?
Yes.
Do you make a list that's handy for him and his assistants to locate any particular piece of discovery?
I create an itemized list of the items that we have as I go along. Yes.
So that would be like a map for them to go find the actual piece of evidence?
I have done something like that, yes.
And that is exactly what you saw on the YouTube, only it was for the defense, correct?
What I saw on the YouTube channel was what I said earlier, and the picture shows was that it was, at the title at the top of the page, it said, Richard Allen Thumb Drive Map.
But it did not have any substance of what anyone said, correct?
It showed a list of the items and witnesses.
Correct, but it didn't say what the witnesses had said.
Correct.
So there was no substance to it?
In that sense, yes.
And then, did you see anything else on the YouTube?
Mr. Woodhouse was simply talking about the items on the list of items that were on the thumb drive, or what he called the thumb drive.
Did he show any pictures?
No.
And then, did you ever contact Mr. Woodhouse?
I did not.
Did you interview anybody else regarding the Woodhouse document?
Other than Mrs. Hipshire, no.
And you saw the actual email that was accidentally sent to the wrong recipient, Mr. Woodhouse?
I don't believe I did.
So you don't know that it was addressed to Brad and not Brandon?
I don't know.
Why did you not look at the actual email?
I have enough to look at. I didn't have time to focus on any other issues other than this, and I handed my report over to the prosecutor.
So you couldn't read a 4-line email, but you went through a multiple-page thumb drive map?
I looked at what was on the YouTube channel and transmitted that to the prosecuting attorney.
Right. But you just told me you didn't have time to read a 4-line email.
I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you if you have just said today under oath that you just didn't have time to review the 4-line email that was addressed to Brad and not Brandon?
Yes.
Okay. So you, as you sit there, have no knowledge whether Mr. Baldwin intended to email Brandon Woodhouse, correct?
As I said, I only looked at what I had in front of me.
Right. So you have no information or knowledge that Mr. Baldwin intended to email Brandon Woodhouse?
I don't know what his intent was. I'm sorry.
The question is, do you have any information?
Which I'm gonna object. He's asked and answered his question. He can't speculate as to what Mr. Baldwin meant or did not mean to do.
Well, then Mr. McClellan's not understanding the question either. I'm not asking him to opine as to what Mr. Baldwin's intent was, I'm asking him if he has any information or knowledge. He was assigned to investigate the Brandon Woodhouse.
But that's not the question you asked him. You asked him what his intent was and he said, that was the objection, and I would sustain the objection.
Okay. Do you have any information or knowledge? Strike that. You were assigned, by Mr. McClellan, to investigate the Brandon Woodhouse information.
Judge, I'm gonna object again. That's not what Mr. Mullins testified to. Mr. Mullins testified that he was contacted by Ms. Hipshire that Brandon Woodhouse had a YouTube channel and he viewed that YouTube channel.
Sustained.
Size, after you spoke to Ms. Hipshire, did you report that to Mr. McClellan?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. After you got the information from Ms. Hipshire, did you report that to Mr. McClellan?
Yes, I did.
And what did he tell you to do?
Document it.
And why did you then go watch the YouTube?
I'd already watched the YouTube when I reported it to Mr. McClellan.
Okay. And then, do you have any information from anyone that Mr. Baldwin meant to send an email to Brandon Woodhouse?
Again, I'm gonna object, Judge.
It's information, Judge. Does he have any information?
Overruled.
That's a yes or no question.
Overruled.
Do you have any information that Mr. Baldwin intended to email Brandon?
I don't know what his intent was.
That's not an. Can you direct him to answer the specific question, Judge?
Did you have any information?
Oh, no, I did not.
Do you have any knowledge of such?
No.
Thank you. And then, you did no other investigation regarding Westerman's photos or any other leaks?
No.
In your employment with the pros, Carroll County Prosecutor's Office, did you become aware of other leaks, other investigation of any other leaks?
Judge, I'm going to object to relevance. That's not what we're here to discuss today, Judge. We, the state, has outlined the contemptuous information, and it's the state's belief that the investigation of other leaks and whether or not he's conducted those or looked into those isn't relevant to the information here today, Judge.
I just only asked if he investigated anything else, and his answer no would have been a lot shorter than this discourse.
Sustained.
And then, you remember giving a deposition on March 1st.
Yep.
Of 2023 to 2024?
Yes.
And you were under oath?
Yes.
And do you recall saying that Mr. Woodhouse was displaying screenshots in his YouTube video?
Yes.
So you did see some screenshots in the YouTube video?
I saw the display on his laptop showing what I've already described as the information contained in the Richard Allen thumb drive map.
And then you took screenshots?
I did.
That's all I have. Wait.
Mr. McClelland.
That's all I have.
Mr. McClelland.
Judge, thank you. Investigator Mullin, the outline that you saw on Mr. Woodhouse's YouTube, is that something you created and then handed over to the defense as part of discovery?
No.
Okay. And so have you ever seen that document prior to viewing it on Mr. Woodhouse's YouTube channel?
I had not.
And so it's not something that someone else created that you turned over as part of discovery. Is that correct?
I did not create that document.
Okay. When you saw the YouTube channel, the information in the probable cause, meaning the witnesses' names, was that information sealed? Do you know?
I believe it was at that time.
And so the outline listed several of the witnesses, including some juvenile witnesses. Is that correct?
It did.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Mr. Hennessy.
What was the date of the email?
I don't know what the date of the email was. I didn't.
So you?
I never saw an email.
So you don't know if it was before or after anything was sealed or unsealed?
That would be correct.
Okay. And then, did you know that the affidavit with those names had been leaked by Gary Baudet before they were unsealed and before it was available to the defense?
I don't know.
Okay. Nothing further.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may step down.